Good morning and welcome. It's what day? I know it's a Saturday and I it's boy, May May 24th. That's right. Tomorrow is Sunday and that's the Memorial Day uh race in Indianapolis, the Indy 500. Yeah. Not only do I enjoy surfing, but I enjoy car racing. Anyway, I'm here to welcome you to my live stream, Fight CPS, with your host, Bob Pace. And I'm glad you found me because I'm on Facebook with 2 live streams I do daily, and I've been doing this regimentally since October 2023. That's a long time if I think about it now. It's going on almost 20 months. Anyway, I come on here to help you all with a terrible, terrible entity called what I call Child Protection System. It's government entities that are in every county and every state, and they're supposed to help you. It's supposed to be a social service organization. It was created in 1962, by Congress to protect our children from neglect and abuse. It's also supposed to reunify families that are broken apart, because it's been clearly documented that the best parents to raise children are biological parents. And at all costs, we should make every effort to reunify families that need to be broken apart. They don't have to be, but a lot of these CPS agencies have gone rogue. And what it means by that is that they found out the money is more important to them than the lives of children or families. That's the whole structure of our society. We're a base of human beings in this world who love families, who love to raise children. I mean, that's something that we've been doing since the dawn of man. That's something that we need to do. But it's so hard for a lot of you, including myself, when you encounter a rogue agency like the Child Protection System. And I abbreviate, I call it CPS. A lot of you will have different names in the world. This is a worldwide podcast because I have right now over 23 countries that have tuned into CPS, have come here to help out. And a lot of them, and I'd say over 1,700 people I've talked to so far, have had issues with CPS that make it very difficult. Studies have shown that the more they help out, the better off the children are, the better off the family is. Not only they're supposed to protect our children, but they're also supposed to help out families in need of food and shelter, clothing and transportation, education and medical, and even offer a job. That's the whole theme of social services. And CPS is a part of social services. It was mandated, I said earlier, in 1962 for Congress to want to protect our children, but they're also supposed to help out families in need. And that's what they need. If they give more intervention early on, or if they help out with transportation for the children to go to see the medical and so forth, a lot of things can happen. We don't even have to have the horror stories we've heard about children. Yes, it is true. There are bad parents out there. And when the parents are bad, then consequences they have to take, they have to answer their consequences. But I'm here to help you because I too was a victim. And I did not know what I know now. I mean, it's been 15 years since I started fighting CPS. It started on the onset when I lost my job through no fault of my own in 2010. I was 60 at the time. And when you lose a job at that age of your life and you have all your expenses, it's scary. I had money saved. That wasn't the problem. But I did not know that the person reporting to our family was bad was my in-laws. See, there's two kinds of reporters. There's the mandated reporter, which is the professional, the doctors, the teachers, the nurses, anybody that works with children professionally, um, sees an incident, they report it. The only trouble is this particular entity gets it right about 50% of the time. Studies of the 4.2 million cases in 2000 and I think it was 2019 have shown that over half, 50% of the 4.2 million cases of child abuse reporting were incorrect. And the other person is the lay people. They're 100% incorrect. Not 100, but probably 98 or whatever it is, because they use it to retaliate. And that's what happened with my in-laws who called in. My wife's mother and father and her three sisters and brothers would call in and make up stories and use it for their gain of trying to get our children from us. It's sad. I have 42 years of marriage experience, and I'm well educated, but I certainly did not expect a family to turn against another family, and that's what a lot of you have in common. Not only are you struggling income-wise, because you should not be penalized if you're low income. Being poor is not a crime, and certainly not to put fear into families of stealing your children. I mean, they do. They take children. They have no qualms about doing it. There are thousands of cases every day I hear from where the social worker, along with the police, will sit there and say, "We want your child." Now, we do not know the rules and laws of our civil rights or our constitutional rights, but no one has the right to enter your home without three things. One, they have your permission or permission from a family member in the home to come in. Two, they have a court order warrant where they went to court to a judge and they said that it's necessary for us to inspect the home because we believe there is harm to the children. But a lot of times, and I hate to say it, these CPSs are lying and stuff. They use old warrants, they use fake warrants. They don't care. And it's so sad because I'm sitting there thinking, how can this be? I did not believe in 2010 when I got caught up with it that they could do this. And they do it over and over and over. And for 5 years they're after me. So I'm here to share my stories, my life, to help you all, because I know that the one thing that we all need is a professional attorney who cares about us, who has the experience and background in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law to fight for us. Because you need that, because you're dealing with the agency that's gone rogue. They're very corrupt. They lie. They retaliate. They deceive. And it's $1 trillion business. It's all about money. And the key to success in your case is to hire an attorney, because you're like doing open heart surgery. If you can imagine open heart surgery, you're certainly not going to open up your chest cavity yourself. You're not going to have a plumber sit there and do it. You need a professional doctor. The same goes true with attorney, and the court-appointed attorney or public defenders are worthless. Case after case after case, I hear how they don't do anything. You know why? Their background isn't in juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. It's in criminal law. This is not a criminal matter. It's a dependency matter. It's a matter where when reports are made, either by lay people who are your everyday neighbors and family and friends, or the professionals, those reports come in and CPS must within 24 hours investigate them. That means they need to come out to your home or call or anything else. And you would think that they're a government entity that is responsible, that wants to help you. But in my case, in the case of thousands of you out there, that hasn't been the case. You know, and this happens not only in the United States, but worldwide. There are cases from around different countries of parents struggling. And it's sad. It's sad. So I'm here to share my story, to share the stories of others, to help you all work through this. I'm on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And I'm on at 8 a.m. on the weekends. Now, I'm here to help you. I'm here because I care. And I, too, was a victim of CPS. And I know how hard and difficult it is with you on this. Now, I don't want you to give up hope. A lot of you come in here. Now, I have a lot of you, about 20 or 30 of you that come in here regularly, that tell me hi and wish you luck. And you know, and it's encouraging because they feel like it's family here. And I'm glad that you do, because it's hard to get support wherever you're at. Your family members may not support you very well, which is sad to say, because you need all the support you can. But not to fret, because there is an answer to your case. I know it's like this lady, this wonderful mom comes on from Ventura County. She lives in Oxnard, and that's in California. And the simple thing for her just getting records had driven her is a nightmare. She can't get copies of her records. Now, you can get them online, and there's ways you can do that, and it's 50 cents a page. But if you are, low income, you can qualify and get a waiver. But she's been struggling. She was kicked out of her home by her family members. Her mom's missing. Her two babies have been taken away from her. And it is hard. There are a lot of good mothers out there, and I really know that each one of you are a good person. It's just unfortunate Maybe some hiccups happen. Maybe some hiccups happen, um, which is all right. That's not the end of the thing there. Testing positive for drugs is not the end of the world. It's just that they have a zero tolerance with people doing drugs and having children. They also keep a database of you. And you got to be careful because I found out a lot of you were once foster children yourself. And as you grew up through the foster system, they kept information about you. For some strange reason, they keep this database and they'll come back later as you've grown up as an adult and come after your children. And this is just one or an isolated case. This happens all the time. Then there are the entities that just don't care and abuse the system just to make a buck, $1, a euro if you're in Europe, or a rand if you're in South Africa, or a yen in Japan. A peso in Mexico. Anyway, I really feel for you. My heart is out there. I'm a loving father. And I have 42 years of marriage experience and helped raise 6 children. 3 are older with their own families. I did all right. I didn't have a problem with CPS until I turned 60. And that should be your golden years. I had my forever home, my dream home. I had a beautiful 3 young children. I was very blessed to have children late in my life. I was really blessed. As I said, in the morning, those were my show times, but I'm on every night at 7 p.m. So that's 14 live streams a week I do, week after week, month after month, and year after year. Now, I may alter my times during the day, but you can depend on me because I'm here to help you with your questions or your concerns because I do care. And it's important to me that I help you. Now, we have an attorney who I hired, but I found him late in my case. We're very blessed with his attorney. I want to thank him. His name is Mr. Vincent W. Davis. His picture's up at the right-hand corner of my screen. And he does live streams like I do. He helps out. Yes, he has a business. Yes, he makes money. But it far exceeds the money he makes, the more he helps with the families and the children. He really means a lot and really cares a lot. And he tries his best to help everybody, especially the ones with limited incomes. Goes out of his way to fight to bring your kids back. He has gotten thousands of kids. He once was a foster youth himself as a small child. Now, for 39 years, he's been fighting CPS and gotten children back. He's a trial attorney. He's located in Arcadia, California, which is in LA County. His retainer for LA County is approximately $5,000. That's to start your case. He's a $500 an hour attorney. Yes, that's a lot of money. But he isn't the highest attorney out there, but he's not the lowest. But he will win your case. And many of you come to my room, like Margaret King. has hired Vincent Davis. There's a lot of you that have hired Mr. Davis, and I'm so glad that you have had. Um, because he will get your kids back. I hired him too. So I have firsthand knowledge and experience, and I've been working with him since I hired him in 2016. My case started in 2015, and I tried to fight CPS on my own. It was a horrible case, and if I knew what I knew now, I would have never lost my children. I would never been involved. I never would have lost my home, and I'd be working again. But CPS has ruined my life. It has ruined my life over and over and over so many times. I relived my horrible experience. But I'm hoping that one of you will get something out of this live stream that will help you, because I know you're struggling. And it is a very hard matter to deal with a government agency that's gone rogue. Uh, but maybe something that I learned I can pass on to you. I'm very intelligent. I'm a kind and caring, loving individual. And it does make me a difference about what you're going through. It's wrong what you're going through. It really is. And so I'm hoping that something I can say, something you can ask. All you have to ask. I mean, it's 14 live streams a week. So I'm there for you twice a day. So whether you have a court gate tomorrow or what is a question you need to ask. And the simple thing is, besides listening in here, you can also do emojis. Send me hearts and thumbs up and smiley faces. Even send me a star. Please check below to follow me. And if you want to know when I'm on, you can check the notification button. And I do want to help you. And with your determination, you will be able to hang on to your family or get your family back. The internet is a powerful tool. It's one of my 5 rules is you need to spend hours and hours, 60, 80 hours on the internet to learn as much as you can about CPS and your case and the people involved with it. You have to treat them like it's an enemy. You have to know your adversary. And you have to know their strengths and weaknesses. And you need yourself one of the most important tools, that attorney, to get you out of this mess. It's a horrible, horrible mess that you're in. Holidays come and go, and you're not with your child. You don't miss your child. Some of you haven't seen your child in months or years. Some of you have lost your children through no fault of your own. Termination. Your TPR. You never want that to happen. You got to make sure that if it does come to where they have terminated your rights, you file an appeal. And usually, in most cases, it's within 30 days. Um, this is interactive. live stream. And you can certainly text me a message. I'd love to have a message come that can help you. Arrange your text message either as a comment or a question about your CPS case. Please state your first name, your city or county, your state, and your country. Now, if you're in the United States, just your state's fine. But if you're a country, please also show your province too. And in some countries, they have states. Because I do try to help out people. There are 23 countries so far that have called in. The latest was Republic of Congo. But every case around the world is important to me. Every person is important to me. I've spoken to Indonesia, Bangladesh, India, up the Middle East to Libya and Saudi Arabia, then over to Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, and then to several of the provinces in South Africa. Then up to Europe, I've had England, Scotland, and Wales, and Denmark and Sweden. Then across the pond in North America, I've had 4 provinces in Canada. And then in the United States, all 50 states have called in, some from the same state. And also the District of Columbia, then south of the border, Mexico, and then South America, north of Brazil, a country called Grenada. Then across the Pacific, I've had New Zealand, and then the land down under, Australia, and several of its states there. Now, that's quite a reference of people around the world. And they all have something in common, like you and me. They've encountered a rogue CPS that has gone bad, and they're picking on them because they're low income. And that's wrong. We don't choose how we live or anything like that. A lot of it's circumstances of how we're brought up. Some of us are brought up in poverty, and we try to get out of it. And there's enough help out there, but then there's this entity, they call themselves the Child Protection System. They're wreckers. They wreck the home of the family because they lie and deceive. And that's the hardest thing for you to understand. I believed in my local police. I believed in my local government. But it's very, very corrupt. I know right now our new president has created a government entity called the Department of Government Efficiency, called DOGE. Did you know they have 2 phone numbers you can call them and talk to them? They have the area code 202, which is the White House. And these 2 phone numbers, you can call and tell them how bad your case is. And maybe they'll listen. But that be going to the top. The numbers, by the way, and get your paper and pencil out, is 202-456-1111 or 202-456-1414. And I know the numbers work. And you can share how corrupt, because that's what they're trying to do. They're investigating social services, but they're having a hard time with it. The guy that is offering a lot of his time is Elon Musk. Now, yes, he is a very wealthy man. He's one of the richest men in the world. And I know that with his uh, Tesla electric car, his Space X program, or reusable rockets, and his Starlink communication satellite system for communication and technology stuff, it's up there. It's really high tech. But for a couple of months, he was going gun ho, but he's now stepped back because some people have taken the invasion of working in the government negative. And I don't want to get into politics, but it does impact the child protection system. They need to hear how corrupt your system is. If you want to make changes, the more people that complain and talk to them, and you be civil with people, be nice with them. We don't need radical people. We don't need people yelling and screaming. We need sensible people. They'll point out what happened to you in your case, how they take money and they use money and they don't seem to help you or anything. There's a website called Doge, doge.gov. Go to the website. There's a lot of information. They have a running account of what they've done and what they've found. And the whole purpose was to save our government of wasteful spending of money, your tax dollars. Now, your tax dollars are being wasteful spending. They're trying to investigate it. And how they're going about it is probably stirring a lot of feathers. I think the whole problem with the new administration is you got a president that's a fighter. A president not only is fighting the United States, but is fighting out there in the world. He's a worldwide leader. People listen to him. He sends shockwaves. And that's what we need to do with CPS. We have to send shockwaves. We have to make people, government, realize that in order to protect our children, we have to have honest social workers. We have to have people that, use the money wisely. Don't try to make it a business and make trillions of dollars of profit. That's wrong. I know firsthand experience how wasteful they are about money. Yeah, as I was telling you to text me an article or something there, that'd really be great. And ask me what you want your answers to be. Also, please tell me about your CPA case from beginning to where you're at if you're first time texting me a message. Good morning, Betty Jo from Montana. Betty Jo is a wonderful foster care mother who comes on here from time to time, who has a niece that she loves very much, and her brother has been experiencing a lot of turmoil in life. And it's her brother's daughter, and she's doing every effort to have a relationship with her niece and help out her brother. She is also a foster care parent, and she's one of those good foster care parents. And she took in a little boy at 4 years of age that lost his parents on a Friday night car accident, and has developed a good relationship with this little boy. She cares. Now, Betty Jo says she got subpoenaed to go to the termination of parental rights. Is that for your son? I think you said that his girlfriend has already lost her rights. Is that for your son, Betty Jo? Um, that's a hard thing. Termination of anybody's rights to their children is sad. Of the 6 children that I've brought to life and gave my all to them, one of them is no longer a family member because the social worker retaliated. She was caught committing perjury in court. She lied. And my attorney at the time, Vincent W. Davis, caught her there. Oh, no. let me see. No, no, my niece. I mean, her rights are going to be terminated. I don't understand how they can terminate parental rights for you. I mean, I'm confused. Is it, um, boy, they made me change in placement again? They're treating your niece so bad, like it's a ping pong ball or a yo yo. It's wrong. It's wrong, Betty Joe. You're a good mother. You're a good foster mother. Um, you care. You care. Yeah, your brother rights are being terminated and they want to subpoena me to go to court. Well, do you want your brother rights terminated? At one time, you wanted to be guardianship of your niece, but I thought you said something that they would work out where they would still have access to see your niece and so forth. They're going to change the placement. Now, who do they want to place the child with? The child needs to be with people that are. Well, that'd be good to be terminated to you. Um, if you had parental rights of the child, you make the right decisions. I know you're a sensible woman. And this is hard because I know that money is tight and it's hard to get an attorney to work in your case, Betty Joe. Betty Joe is a loving person. She loves to help other people. There's another lady in Montana she's helping. She's helped out so many people in this room. She's a regular. And unfortunately, her brother and his girlfriend had a lot of issues in life. They're making it hard to raise a child. The problem is they're bouncing up back and forth. I mean, there's been in Nebraska and Montana. And I forgot, where's the child now, right now? Who has care of the children, of the child? Who has the care of the child? Um, at one time, Betty Joe had got the placement of the niece with her, and she took her home from Nebraska to Montana. But then the temporary foster care family down there in Nebraska who had possession of the young child made a point that the child would have bonding problems. If a child is no longer going to be with their parents, they should be with next of kin. That's where the bonding should be. Okay, she's in Nebraska. It's all about money because I know that Nebraska is paying that family who's watching that child buku bucks, and they're using that money to support not only the child but support their lifestyle themselves. That's the problem with supplementary income from the government. It's never used for the purpose it should be used. Like in a divorce, the money doesn't go to the child, it goes to the mother who uses it to, help her in her life. It's sad about how money is distributed and how it's being abused and used because the government is so dumb, so naive. I'm sorry to be putting so hard on social workers, but my social worker was so bad and she lied. She committed perjury. She took revenge against us as a family because she said to us as parents, "You're never going to see your daughter again." And she stole our daughter. She convinced our daughter at age 12 to emancipate from the parents. In California, you can divorce your parents at age 12. So she was convinced that was the right thing to do. Not only was she convinced, she had a lot of support in that line. She had the court appointed who is called CASA, urged her to do that. Those ideas are never in a 12-year-old child. She was also told to change her name completely and get and seal her birth certificate so that no one would know that she's born to us. And she got a new birth certificate so that she could be adopted by a foster care family, which she did. In 2017, she divorced us after we caught the social worker committing perjury. And 2 years later, she got adopted by a foster care. And she's been brainwashed so much by her CASA and by other social workers that that was the best way to do. She was encouraged, enlightened that the problems that she was experiencing were the fault of the mom and dad. Now, I don't know how providing a roof over your head, food and shelter, Girl Scouts, AYSO soccer, very much interested in her schooling, one of the finest schools. My wife and I provided our daughter with everything. In fact, it was too much. We spoiled her. We spoiled all of her children. We had season passes at $500 a pop. And I think they've gone up since that time. But anyway, that's $2,500 a year for a season pass at Disneyland. And that was a mistake. My mistake was to give everything that my kids could want. I was very dedicated father because I worked 60-hour weeks. And maybe my working was too much because I was away from my kids so much. And ever since I lost my job through no fault of my own in 2010, my world has been upside down. Now, I was able to enjoy my son's private school that I had put him into, me and my wife did, and my other son, who also played on the national football team and won 2 national titles there. That school has won so many national titles. It has the most Heisman Trophy winners. But anyway, I wanted the same thing for my daughter, but she was taken from us. She was taken from us. Wow, Betty Jo just shared a horrible thing of all the bruises. Her niece is taken. That is so bad. So bad. It's apparently the placement, and you need to bring all that up. You need to document everything, Betty Jo. The court, the judge needs to know that they're not well off in their placement of where the child's at. Now, I have a new person here called Actress 511. All 4 of my children were taken. I'm so sorry to hear that, 511. Can you tell me where you're from? It'd be great. 3 of them were ages 2, 4, and 6, were taken into Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So you're a Canadian. Welcome. We're visiting, while visiting in January 2024. We're all American. Okay, so you're in Canada. And now, recently in March, my newborn of 10, 11 days old is in New York, New York. Now, you have to be careful about having more children because CPS will take them. If you have an open case, you're not allowed to have more children. You're not allowed to have more children. I'm so glad the little boy that you've adopted is yours now. I know how much you care about the little boy. The little boy does love you. You've shared some marvelous stories about me. And hello, Christina Reynoso from California. You say you had a white t-shirt with Mickey from Disneyland. Yes, Sounds like you had nice memories there. Thank you, Christina. Some of you are my regulars, and I want to help you. Uh, Betty Joe, you got to write everything down. You got to document everything. Remember that incident time log thing? You got to keep that up to date. It's just 3 lines on a piece of notebook paper that you put down for every incident. And you arrange it in chronological date with the oldest being first. And for all you listeners, this is called a time log incident form that you create. Your first sentence is you put down the phone number or the location where the incident occurred. Then you put down the date and time on that same first line, and you put down the people that were involved. Then on the second line, you put a summary of what the incident was about, a 1-sentence summary describing the incident. And the third line is you put the outcome. And if you don't know or are not finished, leave it open and come back later when you are. That information you keep track of will help you in your case. It'll document. Documentation is very, very important. Good. I'm glad you keep a daily log. It's a journal. It helps you with your heart writing things down. It'll help you that one day when the child grows up and is old enough, they can go back and read the log and see the true history, the true stories. Now, actress 5'11", I'm guessing you're from New York. Um, Now, you said to save money while in Montreal. Why were you going to Canada? Were you looking for a new job? Or we stayed at a shelter for a few days, and the days we're leaving, I already packed up my belongings. I was ambushed by the DVP cops there who took them because, well, if that was Canada, Canada CPS is just as bad there too. But why would they interfere with you all being Americans? I didn't have housing, even after speaking to housing, who confirmed we had an apartment and offered to email the lease. 2 days later, the reason to keep them was listed that the children weren't going. Oh boy, that sounds terrible. Well, I'm glad you stepped in, Betty Joe. Um, I'll say some special prayers for you, and you have a wonderful day. And I'll keep strong. You know that, Betty Joe, and thank you for dropping in. Now, actress 511 says to school, they lied about the ages of the kids. And your name is Jariah. Okay, glad to meet you, actress 511. Okay, I'm here to answer your questions or your concerns or talk about cases in here. Anyway, we have an individual. I assume it's a mother. I don't know if they're from New York. Now, she mentioned Florida. I don't know why she was up in Montreal, Canada. If you're traveling outside of the United States, you should have money. You shouldn't go there if you don't have money. You'll find out that other countries are really as worse than it is here in the United States. It is. It is. So I have no idea why you would go to Canada. You said something to save money. Canada is not a free place. You have to have a job and everything like that. So I'm sorry for what's happening to you. Now, this morning we've had Betty Jo from Montana talk about the update about her niece that she's trying to get custody of. We have Christina Reynosa, who's been on here for a long time, who follows us. I'm glad to see Christina from California. And we have actress 511, who is from New York, who sounds like has a very complicated case. Now, another way you can interact with this podcast is to be a guest on my show, and I'd love to have you. I can take up to 9 guests. All you have to do is pick one of my 14 shows. I want to be Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob's Friday night show or Bob's Wednesday morning show. And you want to email it to grace@vincentwdavis.com. Her email is grace@vincentwdavis.com. She's my show producer, and many thanks goes out to her. She helps me with the running of the show. She'll send you a link to StreamYard, which is the application I use on YouTube. Now, you pick Morning D would depend on what show, what room you be in. But you just copy and paste it. If you get knocked off, you copy and paste again, you'll be back on. And there you can talk about your case. You can talk about your case. Now, a third way is to call. There's my phone number. You can call right now at 626-698-0990. That's my number. But I just looked at the time now, and somehow we've lost our time. We've lost our time. So I have to go now. I want to end my live stream, and I will look for you in the future. This is Bob Pace signing off. I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. God bless you, and there'll be a brief little blurb from my attorney at the end of this live stream.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last one.